Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So I feel drawn to speak of this. So I was originally reaching for like a cedar bundle, and I reached for it and I was like, that one's falling apart. It's gonna make a mess. So I started to put it back and reached for my juniper, and then it was like, no, that's the one you need. So when we're looking at things, I'm not sure where this is going yet, but looking at something that is impure or not good enough or or I'm viewing it as it's gonna make a mess or things more difficult when really it is what I need. And uh, just right off the bat, this isn't in regards to toxic things. This is just maybe we see something as uh, unworthy or not good enough, and I'm projecting my expectations of this onto this idea, this subject, this item, or this person. Now, again, fair warning, if it has anything to do with a relationship, we're not talking about toxicity. So I'm going to ring some bells here. They might be a little loud. You might want to turn your volume down if that's the case. And we'll see what comes through. If it resonates, feel free to like or comment. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. So right off the bat, I felt the need to open my eyes real quick, like I was gonna miss something. Like I'm missing something. Did I overlook something? I don't want to say paranoid, but overly cautious about something. I'm shaking. I think we are worried about something, and we may be projecting our own fears or insecurities onto it, as I did this morning or right before this message. The saying, you don't really know until you try, is coming through. What is this? It's like a it's like a glass box or cube, if we will, and it's like tapping it with a hammer, waiting for it to break, but it's not breaking. Uh, we're we're really nitpicking on something here. Uh, we're nervous, whatever it is about it, and we're trying to find the fault to prove to ourselves that this fear, insecurity is valid, and we are projecting it. We are assuming, uh, we are validating our shadow, if we will. Whatever this fear, this insecurity, or this worry is. Uh, Normally, we project those onto other people. Our insecurities or onto situations, and they hold us back. We try to keep that aspect of us alive. That's why it's there. It's always directing or dictating us. And whatever this is, whether a person, place, or thing, job, move, uh, even just vacation is coming through, where we are projecting our insecurity or our fear onto it, like that glass cube. I'm hitting it here with a hammer, trying to see where's its weak point. When's it going to break? When's the shoe going to drop? When's this going to fail? Is this a good idea? Is this, uh, at times that is a smart avenue, but what's leading it is something seated in here that we've probably had experiences before that made us feel that way. Four of Wands, joyous occasion. Maybe we're just afraid of it actually being good, a good experience. Uh, and we were let down a lot, and it wasn't so good often, or we didn't see the underlying word manipulations coming through. But I really wanted to say, like, I forget, malice is coming through now, but it was more like uh, fuck it, I can't remember. It's gone. It is an experience that we thought was going to be good or a really good idea, and we got duped often, maybe, or we were fed a bunch of lies or a load of crap, or we didn't see the red flags in a relationship, and we got into it, and then we were committed at that point, and uh, we're kind of stuck. Now, granted, we got out of it, but we felt stuck. You know, we committed to it, whether a move or a job or a relationship, vacation. You know, too good to be true. And maybe we came through a lot of healing experiences, and we've moved up. You know, and now it's actually time to have that experience and it not be duped or have a it turn ugly, and we built these boundaries or these walls, and we're nitpicking on it to dissect it so much to say, no, there's something here, something's gonna pop up and ruin this or make this a bad experience, and then I'm committed and then I'm stuck, when really I do think it is a positive one. uh, and hey, I'm all about analyzing things. I'm not taking that away. I'm not telling us to take things that are out of our comfort zone or a very clear risk, but maybe we need to check in with ourselves to say, hey, I have healed a lot. I have gained a lot of discernment, and uh, I can trust myself. We got 2 cards here. 10 of Cups reversed, neglected bonds, and 3 of Swords, heartbreak. Naturally, these 2 would have been experienced. This would have been part of our past, whether a family in general or just a union in a type of way that relationship, friends, co-workers have all led to some sort of heartbreak. And we've built these walls, and walls are great when we are healing and learning about ourselves and recovering from what took place, and healing these wounds so we don't repeat getting out of those cycles in general. We are freed and liberated from them, but then there comes a time when we have to take the walls down and build fences instead. Otherwise we are completely closed off to the possibilities of the future that can be a great experience. We have healed these, and we're probably in a place that I don't want to experience this anymore, and I get that. I don't want to go through that again, but it's available for us, and we have to trust in our own discernment and our own abilities that, hey, I've been through this, I've learned from it, I know what to look for, and it's not going to happen again because I'm not in that field, that energetic vibration. Uh, when we are in a wound, we're going to find somebody that is that wound to show it to us, and it's going to it's going to keep getting louder and louder until we finally heal it. Get out of that cycle or that pattern, if we will. And we have done that, and we're still carrying the past out of fear. I understand that, but we need to trust ourselves that we're capable of seeing things for what they are, not putting ourselves in those positions again. Kind of want to say it's exciting, congratulations, but we have to be in a place to want it and to trust ourselves. We got the Page of Pentacles, ambition, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, neglect. I think we're really viewing this in a place of neglecting our progress. And these walls, like I said, they serve a great purpose in the beginning, but eventually we have to take them down. Otherwise we'll be closed off from anything, and maybe we'll be wanting something to come in, but we have these walls built, so, and there is something right there, but we don't trust it. Where it's the glass cube, where's the breaking point? Here with my little hammer, nick, nick, nick. You know, we're neglecting to see our progress, how much we've healed, and trust ourselves, and really go into a place of feeling confident in ourselves, our strength, our growth, that, hey, I can see this for what it is. This is bad. Or am I being overcritical in this individual or this job or this move or vacation or whatever it is? You know, when can I trust myself again? Maybe I can't. Maybe I hold myself accountable for all my past mistakes so much, and I'm still beating myself up about that, and neglecting to see the truth that I have actually learned a lot, and I do see a lot, and it's okay for me to enjoy myself again. Uh, I don't have to punish myself anymore, whether internally, like holding ourselves accountable too much, and keeping our walls up to never experience what it is that we deserve and desire. Queen of Cups reversed, self-sacrifice. Uh, by doing so, either way I just said is a punishment in its own. That I don't, uh, if I am holding myself, shaming myself of, hey, if I made all these mistakes and uh, all these different outcomes, they hurt, and I don't trust myself, we're still punishing ourselves on that by not moving forward and being open to things. And I know I said this a lot of times, but truly trusting ourselves that we're not going to make those same mistakes, that we can see things now, and we're not going to put ourselves in those positions again. Also, by keeping our walls up so much to uh, not allow anything to come in or take place, so I can never ever put myself in this percentage of this even being a possible aspect for me to experience again, is a punishment too. Because at that time we're living in fear and not any trust of self. But mathematically, if we have healed it, we're not in that vibrational plane anymore for those individuals. Sure, they'll walk around, maybe they'll test your wound a little bit in public, or people from the past, but we're not gonna mesh, with someone on a romantic level or a work level unless we go back to the wound. And we're gonna see that, we're gonna feel that. The Empress reversed. Self-focus. Naturally, we would have been in a place of this, focusing on ourselves, healing this, learning a lot about ourselves through our past, growing, expanding, seeing our wounds, and walking in what's coming here. If this is like a relationship or even work, we are focused on ourself, as in maybe we gave ourselves up a lot in relationships, and I don't want to say dumped it on them, but like turned the roles around, and it's constant, well, whatever you want and whatever keeps you satisfied type of thing, where we lose ourselves, or we give so much of ourselves up and we're not getting much back. Walking into that, respecting ourselves, our boundaries, what we deserve, and presenting ourselves that way. It's probably a completely different relationship than you've experienced in the past, if you came from that. Same thing with work. I've learned that overachieving gets me nowhere. It is, I'm only being paid for the time that you're paying me for. You won't give me a raise to work more, or whatever it may be. Excuse me. It is, there's no benefit. I've learned, you know, if you want me to do X, Y, or Z, then we agree to that. And the compensation is true. Otherwise, I'm not going to be moving forward anywhere. You've already proven that to me. I am going to do what we agreed on, and that's that. One last closing card here, please, Spirit. The Chariot, determination. I always say this when I see this card, but I think of this cartoon that I saw when I first started learning, and this guy really gave off the image of I piss excellence. You know, I am the best, and he was a little arrogant, but it was uh, that I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna whatever is sent my way. Don't worry about it. It's done. You know, I can handle it. I am capable. I am this driving force that uh, it's going to get done. And if we look back on the rest of the message, uh, embodying this, that I can trust myself, that I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I am valuable, and I'm going to be treated that way. And I'm going to draw in things into my experience that prove that. Otherwise, if we turn the coin and we are down on ourselves or down on the dumps or untrusting of us, you know, we don't trust ourselves, we're worried about the past and we're still in that wound, then we would draw those experiences in and we would repeat the cycle. And then we would prove to ourselves that, see, I was right. Uh, if we believe and we embody this energy of self, we're emanating that. And vibrationally, we have to meet our match. This lower stuff, this negative experiences can't come up. It can drag us down and we can meet it there, but it can't go up unless it chooses to change, heal, expand, no different than we did. So when we're up here, somebody can come down and then we can chase them back up. But this stuff, it's very highly likely that it's not going to make the effort to come up. So it's not going to be in your experience. I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe. I wish you all the best, and I will talk to you all later.